Yeah, it's gonna drift in the direction that you thought it was gonna drift in, and there's nothing you can do about that. There's no way you're gonna catch every single move in trading, every single day. There's days when you just miss the move for whatever reason you just miss the move. There's times when I come and I'll stop, I'll break even, and then the market it would just slowly drift and drift and drift, and boom, it could have been an outlier trade and I wasn't part of it. There's nothing I could do about that, and there's no reason to get frustrated. As long as I know I over time I follow my trading strategy, I'm gonna be okay. I just need um now if it keeps happening over and over, you have to make some adjustments. But most of the time, it's something that happens. You know, it can happen. I mean, I can't tell you exactly how many times, but it can happen. But the thing, what I really wanted to get across in this weekend review, this weekend post, is an exit strategy is really important, and and if you do have a tight stop like I do, you have to work on your reentry. There's an edge in an exit strategy because you can exit wrong or play your cards wrong and really, you know, cost yourself some really good trades because you exited. I mean, just imagine a trade like this when I could just say, "Oh, I want my target to be 2 points or something." I get in 2 points and I missed more. I left a lot on the table. Now, like I said, you're never gonna get the full move of you're just not. It doesn't make sense to even try. But you have to milk these trades as much as you can, especially if they're moving like this. If this market moves like that, there's no reason for me to even think about exiting. It just moves like really smooth and really fast. Just like I caught this one earlier in the day. I caught this move from down here to down here. Like it was just a smooth move. Really didn't even come back to even, and if I had a 2 point target or something, I'm out in these areas and I'm leaving all this on the table. So you have to have a strategy where you're gonna you're gonna let your winners. That's what they mean by let your winners run and cut your losers short. I think with my strategy, that's exactly what I do. I cut my losers short. I'm probably never gonna have a huge, unless some market like a flash crash happened. I mean, we all can't do anything about that. But far as trading, when I'm trading, I shouldn't have a huge loss, like a big loss. It should be small losers, small winners mixed in with a couple outlier trades. If I do that every single day, I'm gonna stay consistent, and I challenge you guys to look into that. Like, try to find a way to catch big trades, and try to find a way to cut your losing trades short, and let your winners run. That's what they mean by that. It sounds good in theory, and when you're newer or you're struggling, it doesn't really, like, what do you mean let your win? I just always say it to myself, what do you mean let your winners run and cut your losers short? Like, it sounds good in theory, but no one ever really showed me what that was. Like, they never showed me, oh, let your winners run, until I started to discover it myself. And then once I started to discover it, I started to talk to other traders, and they started giving me a little strategies on how to do that. So that's what I was like, what do you, I mean, I know what you mean, but I didn't know how it looked until, like, years and years and years of watching the screen and understand. Now I know what letting your winners run look like, and cutting your losers short. I know what that looks like. And that looks like catching this move here and letting it run, and then that's what it means. You know, it, and that's the point I'm trying to make. And as long as you find a way to let your winners run and cut your losers short, you're gonna be okay. I could go one. I can have three losers in a row. Boom, hit one big trade and it can cut out all those losers plus some. That's a wonderful strategy, and that's a mental edge just to know that. In my mind, I know, okay, I could just hit a big trade at any moment, not big trade at any moment. Now, I know that. But if you have a strategy where you're only going for, say, 2 points, and say you have three losers in a row, in your mind, you're gonna play this with you're gonna go over this, you're gonna repeat this in your mind. Wow, okay, so that means I have to have 3 winning trades in order to make up for. That's how you're gonna play it. But I have the opposite. I can lose 3, 4 times in a row, and all I know is I need one trade. The next trade can make up for all those losses. You see the difference between the mental part of trading that I'm thinking and someone who has like a 2 point target, or like a 2, 2.5. If you lose 3 times in a row, your mind's gonna instantly go to, okay, I need to have 3 trades in a row to make up for these losers, and that's gonna force you to revenge trade. It's gonna force you to force trades that's not there. But just to know that I could take a few losers in a row because all I need is one big trade. I could take a losing day because all I need is one big day. The same thing. I could take a losing week because all I need is one big week. I could take a losing month. I could have one big month. It's the same concept. I'm just breaking it down intraday. So to have that mental edge is great. So you really have to figure a way out to let your winners run and cut your losers short. And I was trying to pretty much express that in these videos, that I was trying to show you how I do that. And that's all this was about. How I let my winners run, how I add back to it, and I have a strategy to just let it run as far as it can run. And then I have a strategy where if it comes back on me, I'm cutting it short. I'm cutting it short. And if it does come back and the bias is still the same, I'm finding a way to re-enter, because if the bias is still good, I'm still trying to be part of this move. So I just have to, and that's the 3 things I wanted to get across. Just like Paul Tudor Jones said, he can tell a new trader by when he tells them he's short and they want to know where. Who cares where? The point is you have to have a bias and you have to play that bias. Who cares? If I'm short, if my bias is short, who cares where I'm short? As long as my bias is short and I'm staying true to that bias, who cares if that's short? But I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, you know what to do. Put it in my blog, and have a good weekend, guys.